Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a real theological puzzle. It's about two different paths that are supposed to lead to the same goal, righteousness. Here's the catch. One path is all about hard work and effort, but it doesn't get you there. The other path seems way too simple, but it's the only one that works. It's the whole paradox of works versus faith.
I mean, just think about that for a second. How does that even work? You're running your heart out, giving it everything you've got, but you still lose the race to someone who's just standing there. It goes against everything we think we know about earning a victory. And that's the central mystery we're going to unpack today, using a really fascinating passage from the book of Romans.
So let's start with what I'm calling the righteousness race paradox. This is where the Apostle Paul sets up a scenario that basically flips our whole idea of winning and losing on its head.
Okay, look at this breakdown. It's just a wild contrast. In one corner, you've got the Gentiles. These are the outsiders, right? They weren't even trying to be righteous. They weren't in the race at all, and yet somehow they got it. And in the other corner, you have Israel, who were pursuing righteousness with everything they had, following the law, and they completely missed it. It's a total reversal of expectations.
So of course you have to ask, why? What on earth happened here? What was the fundamental difference? Because it clearly wasn't about who tried harder. So what was it?
And bam, there's the answer, right in the text. The crucial difference was the mechanism they were using. One group was running on faith, the other was trying to run on works. And that second path, the path of works, led them right into this thing called the stumbling stone. These are the two big ideas we're going to break down.
All right, to really get our heads around these concepts, let's use an analogy. Let's imagine righteousness is a destination, like a city you're trying to get to. There are two very different ways you can try to make the journey.
First, there's what the Bible calls righteousness by works. This is the do-it-yourself method, the pull-yourself-up-by-your-bootstraps approach. It runs entirely on your own power, your own effort, your own ability to get everything right. It's all on you.
So, trying to get to the destination this way, it's like running on a high-speed treadmill. You can be pouring sweat, your heart can be pounding out of your chest, you can run for hours and feel completely exhausted. You've put in massive effort, but here's the kicker, you haven't moved an inch. You're still in the exact same spot. You never arrive.
But then you've got this totally different mechanism, righteousness by faith. This isn't about your power at all. In fact, it's about trusting that someone else's power is going to do all the work and get you to the destination.
This is like boarding a high-speed train. You don't shovel the coal, you don't steer the engine, you just get on. You find a seat, you sit down, and you trust that the power of the engine is going to get you exactly where you need to go. The work is being done, for sure, but it's not being done by you. Your job is just to get on board and rest.
So what about that stumbling stone we mentioned earlier? Well, it's pride. Think about it. The person on the treadmill, working so hard, looks over and sees the person just resting on the train, and they get offended. They think, wait a minute, a free ride? No way. I want to earn my way there. That desire to earn it, that's the stone they trip over. That's the whole problem.
Okay, let's look at this from another angle. Our next analogy moves away from just effort versus rest, and it focuses more on the quality of the thing being offered. It's about the huge difference between submitting to something perfect and trying to establish your own flawed version.
This verse really gets to the heart of the mistake. See, the problem wasn't a lack of desire or effort, it was a refusal to submit. Instead of just accepting the perfect righteousness that God offered, they were totally focused on creating and establishing their own.
And that really boils it down to this huge distinction. The path of works is all about your effort, but the path of faith is all about your submission. They are fundamentally at odds with each other.
So let's walk through this. Imagine the goal is to get a painting accepted into the Royal Gallery, where the standard is absolute flawless perfection. The works method is you spending your entire life trying to paint that perfect masterpiece. But you're human. No matter how hard you try, it's always going to have a tiny flaw. Now, the faith method is totally different. The king himself offers you his perfect painting and says, here, submit this one in your name. The conflict, the real stumbling block, is that you have to be willing to admit your own painting isn't good enough. You have to put down your brush and accept his gift.
All right, so that raises a really important question. If righteousness is a gift we receive by faith, how do you get it? Is it complicated? Is it some big secret you have to figure out? Our last analogy tackles this exact problem, the question of accessibility.
Under the old system of works, getting access was like trying to type in a million-digit password. It was incredibly complex, and if you made even one tiny typo, boom, you're locked out. It was basically impossible. But the new system of faith, well, it's like they did a total security overhaul. They threw out the crazy password and installed simple voice recognition.
And the best part about this new system is just how close it is. The Bible makes it really clear. You don't have to go on some epic quest to find the secret password. You don't have to climb a mountain or descend into the deep. It's not far away. It's right there, near you.
And here it is. This is the simple, powerful voice command for the new system. It's not a complex code. It's a confession that comes from a place of genuine belief. You believe it in your heart, and you say it with your mouth. That's it. That's the access code.
Okay, we've thrown a few different analogies at you. The race, the treadmill, the painting, the password. Let's pull it all together now and look at these two mechanisms side by side in one clear summary.
This really makes it crystal clear, doesn't it? The action for works is all about doing, but for faith, it's about what's already done. The analogy is the treadmill versus the train. The whole foundation of works is, I want to earn this, while faith is built on trusting a finished work. And look at the results. Works leads to pride and then, inevitably, to total exhaustion. Faith leads to humility and finally to peace.
So when you strip it all away, the whole thing comes down to this one crucial choice. What engine are you relying on? Is it your own limited, flawed, and exhausting power? Or are you resting in the perfect, powerful, and already completed work of another?
And that leaves us with one last question. A question for you to think about. In your own life, which of these two mechanisms are you really using? Are you still on that treadmill trying to earn it? Still trying to paint that perfect masterpiece on your own? Or have you finally stepped off, put down the brush, and simply submitted?
Thanks for digging into this puzzle with us on The Explainer. We'll see you next time.